Nick Kurtz homered, but the Rangers stole the spotlight, and a whole lot more today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all fire, no filters. I've been riding with this franchise since Ricky ran wild and the Bash Brothers made pitchers question their life choices. This isn't just a podcast. It's a no-nonsense dugout for A's fans who still believe, still bleed green and gold, and aren't afraid to call out a bunt when they see a bad one. We're not waiting for 2028. We are building the Las Vegas A's fan base pitch by pitch, inning by inning, right now. From Max Muncy's wrist to Mason Miller's gas to Lawrence Butler's whatever that was in the seventh. We're covering it all, loud, proud, and unapologetically unfiltered. You will get the real story, the raw emotion, and the right to call bull when the strategy stinks, because this isn't just my podcast, it's yours. This is the fans clubhouse. This is the Las Vegas Athletics podcast. Got something you want me to hit? I'm all ears. DMs open. We are not here to talk at you. We are here to build this thing with you. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So smash that subscribe button. Send it to every A's fans who can still spell accountability. And let's tear into tonight's game, because that seventh inning deserves a full autopsy. The A's dropped a frustrating one in Texas, 7-2 to the Rangers in a game that featured questionable strategy, costly missed opportunities, and the emotional gut punch of losing Max Muncy to injury. Although X-ray shows no break. Huge. Only thing that may have gone right for the A's. Rookie Jacob Lopez looked sharp early, striking out 4 and keeping the Rangers off balance through 3. But yeah, when the wheels came off, it came off. And today it was the 5th. The Rangers pounded. Cody Freeman and Michael Helman both recorded their first career hits. Helman coming in the form of a 3-run bomb. Helman was his first career home run. Freeman first career hit was a 2-run double. In Helman's first career homer broke the game open. 5-1. We're still in it though, right? But Nick Kurtz off its field bomb made it 5-2. Soderstrom had an early single for an RBI with 2 outs, but first and second in the 7th, man. No outs. Tying run comes to the plate. And Lawrence Butler's just baffling bunt attempt. 2 on, nobody out, down 3 runs. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. At first, I was thinking maybe the third baseman was playing way off and he was trying to get on with a base hit, but it was a straight sacrifice. It went right back to the pitcher. Easy play at third. Guys, I really don't know what else to say, man. Today's game seemed like every other game. Every other game. Stick a fork in us. Yeah. Yep. Maybe. All of our starters are gas. It's time to shake up. Sevy gone. Sears gone. Keep Springs. Start Ginn. Perkins. Call up Barnett and Morris. Jason, what's up, bud? Are the A's going to trade Severino, Springs, and Sears? They're available. I think the only way any team will take Severino is if we package him. I can't imagine any team out there taking Severino, his contract, considering no one would sign him in the offseason. Why would anybody take Severino's contract when they didn't want him in the offseason, and you see what kind of pitcher he is during the season? Why would they do that? The only way I can see that happening is if we package him. For example, depending on what you want in return, depending on what the package is, a Mason Miller and a Luis Severino gets you more than a JP Sears and a Severino or a Jeffrey Springs and a Severino. Journey, real close, bud. Real freaking close. The A's don't seem like they are connected or have... Jason, what have I been saying for months, bud? That's all I've been preaching. I think I've said the word culture more than I've said the word baseball. I've said it since day one. You're right. Bottom line, no offensive support. Yes, and also no pitching. No pitching. No pitching, no pitching, no pitching. You can't get away with our starters. We gave up 7 runs today. We gave up 8 runs on Sunday. We won on Wednesday, shockingly. Excuse me, on Saturday. We gave up 2 runs. We won that game. We blew the Guardians out. And on Friday, we gave up 8 runs. How can you win this way, guys? How can you win this way? 3 runs on Sunday against the Blue Jays. 3 runs on Saturday against the Blue Jays. And 3 runs on Friday against the Blue Jays. When we're pitching, we give ourselves a chance to win. When Butler squared a bunt, I instantly thought of you. Yeah. When they made the move, right? When they made the move to Milner, when Bochy came out and made the move to Milner, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, well, they may pinch hit, because he did pinch hit in the game against Tampa. Was it Tampa when Austin Wynns came in and pinch hit and got the sacrifice fly? And I'm like, he might do the same here. He might bring Wynns in to hit for Butler. I was thinking maybe, right? Austin Wynn comes in, he pinch hits, put Schumann in center. That might happen. The last thing on my mind, he didn't get the first time down, the bunt down. I'm like, okay, maybe he saw something at third base. Third baseman's playing off the bag, something where he can get a single. And he squared around again, and it was a straight sacrifice. I'm still a little bit of a shock, man. Rooker and Springs to the Dodgers. I don't want to move Rooker. Absolutely not. The fact of the matter is the A's had the second worst record in 22. I know where you're going with this, Bill. How can Kotsay continually have a job? He's lost 100 losses in 22, right? 112. I'm going off verbatim here, so correct me if I'm wrong, off memory. 100 wins in 22, 112 was it in 23, 93 in 24. And so far, we're in the same. Is that right? Well, at least my cold beer is cold. There we go. What's up, Bamboo? Getting back to why and if they would trade Rooker. Pitching, not to mention probably every contending team, would be interesting. I don't want to trade Rooker. I want to sit on Rooker. Rooker is what the A's need. Pitching is great. But you got to remember, Bamboo, pitching can go down next week. We've seen what pitching can do. Pitching's so unreliable. I don't want to move Rooker. I get where you're going, and I get the other point that's made. Hey, he's 31 years old, 32 almost, whatever. He's 31, I think. By the time next few years come up, it's going to be 34. I get it. I understand where you guys are coming through. I want Rooker. I want to keep Rooker. He's had a last couple of games has been bad. Before that, he's been really good. I think he's perfect for this team. I think he's that quiet type of leader. I don't want to lose Rooker. Not at all. I'd rather lose Butler before Rooker. Here are the facts. The A's had won the second worst in 22, 23, 24, third worst this year. Bill, you've always been an advocate for Kotsay, though. It's on you. Remember, this is not our team as much as we would like. We know the track record of them not committing to players is the legacy of this ownership. Yeah. I hear you. Pitching and defense wins games, but it's not sexy brand of baseball. The smashing type. I agree, man. Journey. I agree, man. 100%. We don't hit situational. That's kind of what baseball's turned into. We treat first and third with one out or a runner on third with one out the same as we would with no outs and the same as we would with 2 outs and nobody on. I mean, we're swinging hard. We're swinging for the fences. Same crap, man. Same crap. I hate it. I just absolutely hate it. I couldn't agree with you more. It's tiresome, guys. It's tiresome. It is absolutely tiresome. All right, guys, I got to take a quick break. When I come back, let's get into that 7th inning. Let's get into that 7th inning. I want to get into that 7th inning. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you are about baseball, under the lights, golf, on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You are already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game with your friends while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. It's easy to use, fast to pay out, and makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. Whether I'm placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet ride into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like I'm part of the action. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. 7th inning, guys. I mean, what the heck happened? Defense doesn't put runs on the boards. No, it doesn't. Love both, but if you had a deal one, Rooker or Soderstrom, jeez. Oh, man. I guess you got to go Rooker. You got to go Rooker. I don't want to get rid of the 23-year-old with what potential he's shown. Yeah, you got to go Rooker. We love both. Deal one. Who goes? Rooker or Soderstrom? We have an impressive outfield crop. Yeah, I would go Rooker if we had a deal one. That's tough, though. Soderstrom's still 23 years old, man. He's still young. Rooker's 31. That matters. We're still playing for the future here, but Gio Urshela comes through. Leads off the 7th. Double. And Luis Urias, man, just figures it out. He was 0 for 2 tonight, but yeah, he worked 2 walks. Gets on first and second. And then I don't know. I don't know what was going. Has anyone seen Kotsay's post-game interview? I'm usually pretty good at watching that. I didn't. I wonder if they asked him. I doubt Gallegos asked him that. Gallegos never asked any hard questions. It is crazy. It is nutty. But hey, he got the quote from Butler about robbing the home run, which, by the way, was a hell of a play. He said in the quote, he just wanted to be like Denzel. So they got that quote down. That was great. That's awesome. Good to hear it. But I haven't heard Gallegos don't put anything about the bunt, which is still a mystery to me. So I don't know if anybody has heard a quote or if Kotsay was even asked about it post game, because to me, I hope to you guys too, that decision is puzzling. If that's the case, then Butler should never be in there against lefties. I mean, Butler right now, man. Oh, man. Oh, Butler tonight was 0 for 5. In the Guardians series, it was 0 for 8 with 4 Ks. Tonight he struck out 13 times, twice. 0 for 13, 10 Ks. I think he was good against the Blue Jays. 2 for 10. So 4, 6, 10 strikeouts. 2 for his last 23 with 10 Ks. What was he against the Braves? 3 for 13. I mean, is that good now, I guess? 3 for 13? I don't know. I don't know what the expectations are anymore. Defense can lose the games, just as the Yankees proof again tonight. You thought where did we get hurt defensively, though, tonight? Am I missing something, or I'm just not recalling something? I don't remember where defense got us, Journey. I don't think, it happened in the 7th, right? Bottom 7th was the big inning. Alvarado was pitching. Smith double to right. That kind of went off Andujar's chest. I get that. Not much we can do there. Jung with a clean single up the middle. Tellez came in. Newcomb struck him out. Safety squeeze by Helman made it 5-2. Excuse me, 6-2. Seager single, 7-2. But the big inning they had was in the 5th, right? What happened in the 5th? The 5th was we got Higashioka to fly out, popped out. Smith single to center. That was a base hit. Young walked. Freeman double to center. Okay. And then Helman homered. I don't know where defense really got us tonight. What am I missing? We didn't have any errors. I thought we were okay defensively. Gotcha. Yeah, defense, no question. I'm with you. Defense is extremely important, without a doubt. I hate to say it, but this team won't improve until they move to Vegas. I don't, I think about that a lot too, Rocket Man. I do. That goes through my head. Are we not going to really take winning seriously and compete until Vegas? Is this how it's going to be for the next 2 years? It pains me thinking that. I don't want to agree with what you're saying, but I can't disagree with it either. It's painful to. You might be right. Man. Butler, Blade, Bideau. Yeah, G-Dub. I think you got to put Severino in that one too. Nice. The Yankees lost. Cool. Giants. That's what it's gotten for us. We're just hoping. Hey, we're happy on other people's losses. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's what concerns me a little bit. Are we not going to be competitive until we go to Vegas? One thing is for sure, the next time we have a good winning season, Kotsay won't be the manager. Saifon, you think that won't be until 2028? I don't know. Dark times, Brother Brune. A's fans unite. Yeah. It doesn't get any darker than this, guys. It really doesn't, man. It really doesn't. It doesn't, man. I don't know. It's just, you guys ever like, all you guys have worked in offices, I'm sure most of you guys or whatever. You guys ever have that like atmosphere sometimes when you work in an office setting and it just, when you go in there, it just stinks. You know what I mean? Not stinks, but like everybody's attitude sucks. I think we've all been there. No one wants to be there. The head manager, the boss sucks. The whole attitude stinks. Everyone goes through the motions. That's kind of how I sense like the A's deal's going on right now. You know, it just sucks. It just sucks to go to work. You ever have one of those gigs? Yeah. Well, they have always been rough with media. Who's that? The A's? Media has been rough with us both times. Yeah, I guess. Bunting in that situation doesn't make any sense. It had to be a journey. It had to be a call from the bench. I can't imagine Butler doing that on his own. Can you really think Butler did that on his own? You really think Butler did that on his own? I would like to know. I mean, our beat writer don't ask. Yeah, it was today a real gloom Monday today and more than usual. Yeah, no question, guys. Let me take one last break here, and I'm going to talk about the injuries looming. We had a couple. Denzel and Max Muncy tonight. Let's check it out when I get back. If you are running a business, do you know that every missed call is money left on the table? Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? Nope. You call the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you need Open Phone. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline a scaled customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Did you juggle 2 phones just to keep business and personal calls separate? Open Phone solved that instantly. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more who's handling this. And the AI agent handles after-hour calls, answers common questions, and captures leads so you never missed a customer again. Open Phone is offering Locked On A's listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's OPENPHONE.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have existing numbers with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Well, if the dugout called it, that's even worse. Horrendous. I can't imagine Butler being a competitor and being the guy that we supposedly signed to a long-term extension, going up there and bunting on his own. Can't see it. Can't see it. Can't see that happening. Denzel Clark's hitting the IL. I think it's a no-brainer that we bring up Carlos Cortez. I think that's happening. I'm actually going to even see the Vegas scores and see if one of the guys maybe who is not in the lineup that should be in the lineup. They don't play today. That's right. Mondays, minor leagues off. Yeah, so I wouldn't know. I have to think it's Carlos Cortez. No brainer. If it did work out, Bamboo. I mean, it was a planned sacrifice bunt, right? I don't know how it's brilliant in any possible way. The only way it's brilliant if he's bunting for a base hit and gets the hit. If he succeeds in getting the sacrifice down, well, now you have second and third, 1 out, down 3. So base hit makes it a 1-run game. For me, it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, we're down 3 runs. I get it. If we're down 2, I understand. Then a base hit ties the game. But down 3 runs, a base hit, even an extra base hit, we're still down. That's what didn't make any sense to me. That's what I did not understand. That's what I didn't get. It wasn't a 2-run game. It was 5-2. I'm going to double check that just so I don't think I'm going crazy. It was 5-2. Yes, it was 5-4. 5-2. I'm right. 5-2. That's what didn't make any sense to me. Ginn starting tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that. Hope he has a great outing, man. I'm rooting for Ginn. Also, to make things worse, terrible runners in scoring position. Yeah. What were we with runners in scoring position tonight? I know yesterday we were like 1 of 13. Tonight, 1 of 6. Last 2 nights, 2 of 19. It's tough, guys. It's tough. You think they tanking to build for Vegas? Well, I mean, why would they tank? You know, it's not like you're going to get an improved draft pick. That's the only reason you would tank, Jordan. I see where you're going with it, like in hoops or football. They always have that tanking question to get the number 1 pick or go up in the draft. Baseball doesn't work like that. So, no, I mean, there's no benefit for them to tank. Doesn't make any sense. There were no outs, correct. Correct. But Butler wasn't butting for a hit, though. He was it was a straight sacrifice. He was trying to get the ball down to get the runners on second and third. When he first squared around, I was like, what's he doing? Okay. I was like, then maybe he saw something at third. Maybe the third baseman was playing way off and he was trying to bunt for a hit. But he squared around the second and he was going directly right back at the pitcher. He was trying to lay a sack down. He wasn't butting for a hit. So, yes, to your point, that's what I thought at first. But he wasn't doing that. It was a straight sack the whole time. That's what I don't get. After a post-Vegas move, then culture shift at us here today called can't be called bandwagoners. Yeah. Yeah. What does our record have to be to make a Are you joking? You guys want to do that? All right. I'm always game for that. In order to make the wild card, I think minimum, we got to have 82 wins. We are right now 42. No, we're worse than that, aren't we? What's our record today? Our record is 42 and 60. So we have 60 games left. We have to go 40 and 20. 40 and 20 down the stretch. I don't know. I think the bunt was because the lefty. I know, but okay, so then Vegas, if that's the deal, right? Then if that's the situation, then you got to pinch hit for Butler. Then you have to pinch hit. You have to bring in Austin Wins off the bench. Somebody, right? You basically at this point only have 2 choices off the bench. Schumann or Austin Wins because Denzel's out and Muncy went out. So it's Wins and Schumann. So what I think should have happened is if that's the situation, then you pinch hit Wins like he did in Tampa when Wins got the sacrifice fly to game-winning sacrifice fly in the 11th. You pinch hit Wins. The top of the inning comes, depending on what happens. Schumann goes in the game in center field. That's what needed to happen. Hey, appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you, man. Thanks for that. Come on, ATH, saying ain't so. Let him swing and say. I agree. If that's the deal, we just signed a platoon hitter to an extension through 2031. Because if you can't hit in that situation, Come on, man. No, we don't. We got to play 6-6-7 ball, Siphon. 6-6-7, all right? 40 out of 60 is 4 out of 6, 2 out of 3. We have to play 6-6-6 ball. Kurtz is beyond the bright spot. Wilson's slumping a little bit. He's down to 318 right now, guys. I think he'll be all right, but, you know. We were 4 above 500, J-Poo. We were 20-16. We were 20-16. And we were 2 above 500 too, 22-20. But we were 4. 4 above 500. We were good. Yeah, I remember those days, man. That, that Seattle game 1 at Sutter, the walk-off by Wilson. That seems like 10 years ago now. Sacrificing sacrificing it out to move 2 runners into scoring position, down 3 makes 0 sense. No way to justify it. 100%. Down 2, okay, I guess. With Lawrence Butler coming up, whatever. But down 3 in the 7th inning. Yeah, I don't know. 82 wins doesn't get you in a wild card. We need like 86. No, I mean, right now, check out the standings. This is so gross. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, Texas is 51-50. Only 2.5 games out of the wild card. Texas is terrible. But you know what's crazy about Texas? I'll tell you this much, guys. If I had to pick one team out of the American League to get to the World Series, it's the Rangers. It's the Rangers. I don't think there's a better 1-2 combination in baseball than DeGrom and Nathan Eovaldi. And in the playoffs, that's what you need. And I think eventually their hitting is going to come around. 2.5 games out of 500. That's all they are. And we face DeGrom tomorrow. Good luck with that. I remember being 500. Yeah, me too, man. 2016 was like 36 games in, man. I was throwing parties. I was looking at the playoff tickets. Bamboo with 6 strikeouts before the bunt. Whatever it is, he had not been seeing the ball, so maybe. Okay, I see your point. If that's the situation, then we got to pinch hit for him. Then you got to bring Austin Wynns off the bench and pinch hit for him because we had to get a hit in that situation. Sacrificing an out to put 2 runners in scoring position, down 2 runs in the 7th inning didn't make sense. Then we had to pinch hit. But we'll never know the answer because we don't ask it. It's the nuttiest thing, man. It's the nuttiest thing. I'll never, ever understand it. Who has paid the 1901? I think there's a number of people that have paid it. But yeah, tomorrow, DeGrom against Ginn. That's going to be fun. I don't know. We've already faced DeGrom once this year. He shoved. No, we faced him twice. Once at Sutter. We won that game at Sutter. And then that was the glory days. And then once in Texas, and we lost him that game. Bring up Harris, Geloff, Cortez, Thomas. Geloff can't hit. He hasn't hit down here. Hasn't hit in the minors. Hasn't hit in the majors. Hasn't hit in spring training. He needs to figure it out. Let Geloff work on his stuff. But with regard to everybody else, yeah, sure. I'm game for that. Yeah, disappointing one, guys. Tomorrow I will be here for post game after dark, which starts around midnight, which is probably a little late for everybody. It might get a little interesting as we approach the deadline. Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a quiet deadline, Bamboo. I think there's so many teams that are just a few games out. Like, check it out. In the American League, for example, you have all of these teams. Twins, 4.5 out. Royals, 4.5 out. Angels, 4. Guardians, 3.5. Rangers, 2.5. Tampa Bay, 1.5. All those teams out of the wild card. I think only 3 teams are completely out of it. The Orioles, the A's, and the White Sox, right? Even in the National League. Cardinals, Giants, Reds, 3.5. Diamondbacks, 5.5. You got the Marlins, Braves, Nationals, Pirates, and Rockies out of it. I think there are a lot of teams that are borderline sellers or buyers. You know, like a team like, you know, for example, the Angels, the Cardinals, the Reds. And those teams are just basically going to be saying, hey, if we don't get a perfect deal that's in our favor, we'll sit. So I think that's what's going to happen. I've been hearing that for a while, Semboy. Rooker to the Giants. That's a Susan Slusser thing. I think Susan Slusser just kind of wants to make herself feel relevant because she covered both teams. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope not. I'll be pissed if it does. I don't know what the Giants can give us in return that I would be happy with in giving up Rooker. I don't even, yeah. Wizen Hunt wouldn't do it. Eldridge wouldn't do it. To me, they don't have anything that I would want for Rooker. I'll be pissed. I think that's a Slusser thing. Hey, you know, I covered both teams. This is what I'm hearing. Yeah, not a big fan of Susan Slusser. Giants are drooling over Rooker. Yeah, the idea makes me sick. Me too. There's at least a couple teams in that are interested in a big bat Rooker. Of course. I mean, Rooker's a legit middle of the order guy. If we make a move, I want something in return. Or I want to get rid of Severino's contract. So Rooker, Severino to Giants. Oh, I'd take that in a second. Giants won't do that. No chance. But I would do that. Same thing. Mason Miller. A lot of teams are, and I would want something a lot in return. Rook and some prospects for Robbie. I wouldn't want that. Robbie Ray's older right now, man. You know, how many more years does Robbie Ray have? No, I wouldn't even do Rook and no prospects for Robbie Ray. Robbie May's making bank too. I think this is his last year of his contract though, but no. Can we take a second to appreciate how good Kurtz is? Yeah, good call. Absolutely. Here, let me just get you a little something on Kurtz. Kurtz in his. Here's what's nutty about Kurtz, guys. Good call. Kurtz tonight was 2 for 3. He got robbed on one. 2 for 3 with a bomb. Kurtz in his last, let's see, 9 for 15. Wow. 14 for 26. You guys aren't going to believe these numbers, man. You guys will not believe these numbers. 13 for 26. He's 14 for his last 26. 14 for his last 26, guys, with 4 bombs and 10 RBIs. 14 for his last 26. Out of those 14 hits, 4, 6, this guy's ridiculous. 4, 6, 10. 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 have been extra base hits. 14 of 26. And if you want to take it one series further, 17 of 36. The guy is ridiculous. Guy right now in the last month is the best hitter in baseball. Good call. So I'm saying we got to get some goods for Rook. I think Rook helps those youngsters. Severino for Big Bird. In. Is Kurtz the rookie? Right now he is, J-Poo. Yeah. Right now Kurtz is the rookie over the year over Wilson. No question. Yeah. It's his to lose. Kurtz is the guy right now. I'm calling Rooker a starting pitcher to the Dodgers. For who, Vague? For who? You better give me someone good. If we trade Kurtz, that might be a wrap for me. Bamboo, no give Kurt 800. Nick Kurtz has carried my fantasy team. He's been a legit league winner. Yeah. Will Kurtz eclipse Judge? I say yes. You say yes, huh? Jeez, that's big. That's hard, RD. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, what's Judge missing, man? I mean, Judge is doing it all. I don't know if it's possible to eclipse Judge. The only way you can eclipse Judge is put those type of numbers and win a championship. That's what Judge is missing. I mean, Judge is pretty ridiculous right now, but yeah, right now he's better than him for the last month, but yeah. Maybe not as much, but he's a deal. Kurtz for the entire Phillies rotation plus Harper. For the Dodgers, I want Jack. I don't want Bobby Miller. I just don't know about Bobby. Everyone says Bobby Miller. I just don't want to give up. I don't want to give up a big hitter for pitching because we've seen too much and too often what are happening with these pitchers, man. I mean, it seems like lately these pitchers are going down for a year and a half over and over and over again. I think you got to build pitching from within. I don't think you could trade for it. I don't think you can get in the offseason either. I think you have to build pitching from within. I don't want to trade anything for pitching. Not because I don't think we need pitching, just because it's just been a common theme that these pitchers, when they get hurt, I mean, we lose. They're being lost for like a year, 6 months. That's the whole thing. That's why I'm concerned about trading any pieces for pitching. I think we got to build pitching from within. I got Kurtz 2 on one of mine for sure. Kurtz is still maturing. He'll continue to be. Listen. Absolutely. He's getting better, no question. But we're talking about Judge's numbers. More and more reminds me of a Brandon Belt, Adam Dunn hybrid. Stop. A Kurtz? He's better than that. Stop it. Bamboo. Come on. He's way better. Brandon Belt is good. Don't get me wrong. So is Adam Dunn. I just think he's a lot better than those two. Booney, who would you say our 7 or 8 core guys is if I moved to Vegas? Max Muncy, Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz. I'm putting Rooker in there. That's 4. I'm putting Gage Jump. I think he'll be ready to go. I'm going to put Denzel. I'm going to put Soderstrom. I'm going to put Shea. Those are going to be my 8 guys. Am I missing anybody? Did I overlook anybody? Let's do that again. Shea. I might have jumped the gun on Gage Jump. Shea. Kurtz. Muncy. Wilson. Denzel. Soderstrom. Rooker. Perkins. Jack Perkins. 8. That's my 8. That's my 8. That's my 8. Vegas. You're the best. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, Veg. Thank you, man. Thank you. Might be able to sleep tonight. Yeah, me too. We'll see. I'm talking presents. I get it. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks for clarifying that, Bamboo. I was worried for a second. Yes. Good call on Tommy. Good call on Tommy, for sure. I said that in the offseason, too. I said the 2 guys he reminded me of, Kurtz, was Freddie Freeman and Jim Tomey. Good call on Timmy Tomey. Not Law Dog, a Sam. No. I would like to see Brett Harris RD as far as my core 8. You know, I wouldn't mind moving Law Dog. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to rank it, here's how I would rank it. 1, Kurtz. 2, Wilson. 3, Muncy. 4, Soderstrom. 5, Denzel. 6, 6. Perkins. I'm a big Perkins guy. 7. Series gets tough. 7, 8, 9. Rooker, Langoliers, and Butler. Langoliers, Rooker, and Butler. I would love Brett Harris to be in that. I love Brett Harris. Brett Harris, to me, is like a Matt Chapman. Like keeping Brooker, but if he left, would this speed up Kurtz and Wilson ascension to team leader? I think Kurtz is getting to be the guy right now, right? Rooker had an interview the other day, and it was awesome. And they asked, hey, are you the team leader? I'm no team leaders. I'm just on the ride with these guys. These guys are the leaders. They're the guys that are going to take me to where I need to go. I'm here to guide them. I thought it was awesome. I want Rooker. I agree with your 8 guys, Bodie. Trade everyone else and build around them. Side on pitching side, Perkins, Morales, Arnold, and Jump. I like that. Yeah. That's basically all we have right now in the farm system as far as pitching. We do have a 19-year-old in high A, Steven Chavaria. We got him 2023 third rounder. Has some good upside to him. Only 19 years old. And we have another 19-year-old in we drafted last year in low A, Cole Miller. So we have a couple young kids down there. Mason Miller, as far as the core 8, yeah, let's see if he sticks around. I don't disagree with that. But let's see if he sticks around. No need to panic. Everything could change after the new CBA. Yeah. I mean, hopefully we have a season next year. He has a hint of Olerud in him, too. Olerud was up. There's a name from the past. Loved Olerud with the batting helmet playing defensively. Hey, listen, Mason Miller's great, Graf. There's no question about it, but we can't have our best pitcher barely pitch. I mean, that's what's driving me nuts, man. He's our best pitcher and he barely pitches. I mean, that's what's crazy. I'm with you. I love Mason Miller. I think he's the most dominant closer in baseball. But what good is that if he never pitches? It's the craziest thing. Yeah, Cole Miller for sure could be good. Miller is getting traded in the next 2 years, probably this year. We've been saying it every year. Or move him to try him at, I don't want to start with the starter thing because everyone's talking about trying to make him a starter except the A's. If he can be a starter, why not? But if he can't because of physical limitations, I get it. Then why is every other team talking about making him a starter? I don't know. Miller and Urias. Come on, Bamboo. There's no chance in hell the Giants do that. I would do that in 2 seconds. Now, they're not. Hey, Webb is a legitimate ace for any championship team. No chance they're giving up that. Come on. I wish, but no chance. I would do that in a second. I saw Kurtz up close in Anaheim. He had that leader. Yeah, he does, man. He really does. He does have that swag. I sure hope we can put some runs on the board for Ginnemar against DeGrom. Yeah. Yeah, me too. And DeGrom's starting to hit his stride, too. He's starting to pitch. And that's what's crazy about DeGrom. You get him in a rhythm, forget about it. DeGrom's filthy. When DeGrom is right, I mean, he might be the best. It's him and Scooble, 1-2 in all of baseball. When he is right, and he's starting to get right. I believe everyone believes in a work stoppage next CBA. Owners want a salary cap, and they will stop games to get it. Hey, man, Sci-Fi, let me tell you, if next year is similar to this year, whatsoever, stop the season. I'm okay with this work stoppage. I'm fine with it. I am absolutely fine with it. Stop the season. I'm cool with it. Only time ever I'll think, hey, I'm all right with the strike. If next year is similar to this year at all, work stoppage. In. Mason Miller is our best pitcher in the entire league, and we are wasting him as a closer. Yeah. I won't be surprised if they trade anyone. That's how if they don't I don't know. If they don't trade anybody, actually I'll be okay with it. And let me tell you why I say that. It's because they're not forcing. I don't want them to force a trade. I don't want them just to trade somebody just to make a trade. If the trade makes sense, if it gets us better, perfect. But I don't want them just to trade. I feel the guys in the trade block don't want to come play for the A's via trade. Probably not. I don't disagree with that. Why would they want to? They're going to leave a contender to come to Sutter. Will the A's give Jose Clark another catch? If he's healthy, yeah, they will, RD. He's getting paid $10 million a year. You better bet your tail they're going to give him another chance. I don't think, as far as next year goes, I don't know. If he gets healthy, though, right? That's the whole thing. I don't know. For me, I don't want to see him get another shot because what's the point? I'd rather get a kid up here and give him a shot. But I mean, that's what we did last year with, for example, Ross Striplee. Ross Striplee, we signed to an $11 million deal. And he came back in July around this time. He was hurt for a good amount of time. And once he got healthy, just as he was making a ton of money, he got the ball to start. So just because you got to play those guys making the money. Agree, cap and floor. Yeah. A lot of us would like for Severino to go, but unfortunately no one wants him. That's the thing, Vague, right? In the offseason, he was a free agent. We gave him the most money. So why would anybody want to trade for him, paying the next 2 years at $22 million a pop, knowing what kind of pitcher he is? I mean, he is an ERA north of 5 right now. Why would anyone want him? And that's the only reason I see us getting rid of Severino is packaging a Mason Miller or a Jeffrey Springs. I can't imagine anybody wanting Luis Severino on his own. That would make zero sense for me. So, yeah. Agree. But I do see somebody saying, hey, okay, we'll take on Springs and Severino, or we'll take Mason Miller and Severino, and they'll do that. That's the only way I can see that happening. But, we'll see. All right, guys. Jacob deGrom and JT Ginn. I'm interested to see what Ginn gives us tomorrow. Just saying, lots of trade talk going around, and Severino's not being mentioned at all. No, I mean, they got him ranked right now. There's been a lot of teams asking about him. Cubs, Mets, just to name a couple. He's there. But what kind of offers are being fielded, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, let's see what else you guys got here. I feel bad for the A's fans that just bought expensive. Hey, man, I bought a Nick Allen jersey when I thought Nick Allen was going to be the next Walter Weiss. So that white jersey I got, if you've seen it before, is a Nick Allen jersey. He didn't quite be this. He quite wasn't that guy. So it's, hey, we've all had that, right? We've all had those jerseys we bought that just, Jesus, right? It just didn't work out. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.